the heroic Afghan interpreter who risked everything for his sergeant. In the chaos of war, acts of courage and loyalty often go unnoticed. But the story of Janis Shinwari, an Afghan interpreter who risked everything to save his U.S. Army sergeant, is one that deserves to be told. This is a tale of bravery, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond forged between soldiers and those who stand by their side, even in the face of unimaginable danger. The beginning of a partnership. Janis Shinwari was born in Afghanistan and grew up during the Soviet-Afghan War and the subsequent civil conflicts that ravaged his country. Fluent in Pashto, Dari, and English, Shinwari became an interpreter for U.S. forces after the 2001 invasion of Afghanistan. His job was not just to translate words, but to bridge cultures, build trust, and help American soldiers navigate the complexities of Afghan society. In 2008, Shinwari was assigned to work with Sergeant First Class Matt Zeller, a U.S. Army officer deployed to Afghanistan. From the start, the two formed a close bond. Zeller relied on Shinwari not only for his language skills, but also for his deep understanding of the local terrain, customs, and threats. The day everything changed. On April 28, 2008, Zeller's unit was ambushed by Taliban fighters in the village of Yani Kale, east of Kabul. The situation was dire. Zeller and his team were outnumbered, pinned down, and running out of ammunition. As the firefight intensified, Zeller thought it was the end. But Shinwari refused to let that happen. Armed with an AK-47, he fought alongside Zeller and his team, providing cover fire and calling in reinforcements. At one point, Shinwari spotted two Taliban fighters sneaking up on Zeller from behind. Without hesitation, he opened fire, killing both and saving Zeller's life. The battle lasted for hours, but thanks to Shinwari's bravery and quick thinking, Zeller and his team survived. For his actions, Shinwari was awarded the Afghanistan Medal of Honor, one of the highest military decorations in Afghanistan. The cost of loyalty. While Shinwari's heroism earned him the respect of his American comrades, it also made him a target. The Taliban viewed interpreters like Shinwari as traitors, and his life was in constant danger. After the battle, Shinwari received death threats and was forced to move his family multiple times to avoid assassination attempts. Despite the risks, Shinwari continued to work with U.S. forces, believing in the mission and the bond he had formed with soldiers like Zeller. But as the U.S. military presence in Afghanistan began to wind down, Shinwari faced an uncertain future. Without the protection of American forces, he and his family were vulnerable to Taliban retaliation. A fight for safety. Determined to repay Shinwari for saving his life, Zeller launched a campaign to bring his interpreter to safety in the United States. He wrote letters, lobbied politicians, and even started a petition to expedite Shinwari's visa application. The process was fraught with bureaucratic hurdles and delays, but Zeller refused to give up. After years of effort, Shinwari and his family were finally granted special immigrant visas, SIVs, in 2013. They relocated to the United States, where Shinwari began a new chapter of his life. A new life in America. Since arriving in the U.S., Shinwari has worked tirelessly to help other Afghan interpreters and their families resettle in America. He co-founded No One Left Behind, a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting interpreters and their families who are at risk because of their service to the U.S. military. Shinwari's story is a testament to the power of loyalty and the sacrifices made by those who stand alongside American soldiers in war zones. His bravery not only saved lives on the battlefield, but also inspired a movement to honor and protect those who risk everything for their allies. A legacy of courage. Janis Shinwari's story is more than just a tale of heroism. It is a reminder of the human cost of war and the bonds that transcend borders and cultures. His actions on that fateful day in 2008 exemplify the courage and selflessness of those who serve alongside U.S. forces, often at great personal risk. As we reflect on Shinwari's journey, we are reminded of the importance of keeping our promises to those who stand by us in times of need. His legacy is one of bravery, resilience, and the enduring power of loyalty. This article highlights the incredible story of Janis Shinwari, a hero whose actions saved lives and inspired change. Let me know if you'd like to expand on any part of his story. Scroll.